Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Talking About the GMen Giants Football Podcast. I'm your host, Big Jace, joined as always by my man Joe Aguirre and Sean Scanlon. I'm sure King Zay and Ovi will be joining us here shortly, but we got a jam-packed show. Obviously, we got picks, we got fantasy locks as always, but today's special, Giants did not play last week due to the bye, so we have the bye week awards. There was a bunch of people voted, from everyone who's been on this show to everyone from the CMG Sports Network to I even reached out to a couple people in the media outside and got a couple votes from them. So without further ado, let's get down to business with the bye week awards. We're going to start off with Coach of the Year. This one, it was pretty unanimous. There were two big names on everyone's top threes. And in that third spot, tied for third was John Gruden, Frank Reich, and Sean McVay. Then in second was Brian Flores of the Miami Dolphins. But your current Coach of the Year at this bye week is Mike Tomlin. What do you think of this, Sean? You didn't even have him in your list.
Yeah, I know I didn't have him on my list. And I like Mike Tomlin as a coach. He's obviously a great coach. And you can't really argue with that. They're 10-0 at this point, so I don't have any problems with it. I just think he has so much talent on his team that I was looking for more of, who's actually been coaching up what they're working with the best. So that's why I had Brian Flores number one, because I don't think the Dolphins are nearly the most talented team in the league, but week in, week out, they've been coming out and playing really good ball. And obviously just had a great winning streak. So that's why I had him at number one. But, I don't really have any problems with Mike Tomlin being there, though.
All right. Joe, you had Joe Judge for Coach of the Year.
Yeah, look, I think what Sean's saying is right. I think when you've got a guy who at this point somehow has his team in the thick of the playoffs, and I will take it a step further. And I hope we can get into this a little bit more on the show, but I think the Giants have a chance here to win this division, make the postseason, and he's got them primed in the right spot to do it. So I couldn't ignore that. To me, that's great coaching, and I think that his coaching's been spectacular. I did have Tomlin on my list, though, didn't I?
Yeah, he was right behind Joe Judge.
Yeah, well, and so, but if you're playing that way, then how do you say that guy's not Coach of the Year? I mean, he hasn't made any mistakes. That's pretty much what you're going for. 10-0. I mean, it's hard to argue against that guy. And I love Mike Tomlin. I think he's fantastic. I've never cared much for Ben Roethlisberger as a human being, but it's good to see him in there zipping that ball around. They got a really good defense. I know they've got talent, but that doesn't always translate to wins. And again, when you're 10-0, you're doing everything right.
No, yeah, definitely. And some honorable mentions that were also voted for: Sean Payton, Sean McDermott, Kevin Stefanski, Cliff Kingsbury. The thing with Joe Judge, maybe if that's a good point. That is a good point. But the thing with I think Joe Judge, if he can get to the playoffs, then I think he deserves to be in the conversation. As of right now, as of this bye week, I love Joe Judge, but I don't think he deserves to be over someone like Mike Tomlin, over these guys who are definitely in the playoff picture already. So that's my only thing. If Joe Judge can get him to the playoffs and can go on a run here, which I think we all pretty much expect that to happen, he will get in that conversation by when the actual awards get announced for the NFL. Now, Ovi, you got anything to say on your Coach of the Year?
I mean, I have picked Mike Tomlin as my number one, I believe. And then I also considered the Rams, but that's a far stretch of considering Judge as a uh, coach of the year, even if they make the playoffs. I mean, you got to have like over 500. You know, if they finish like 9-7, then I could see that, just because that's very hard to do from the way you start the program or the season and then end it. Like, let's say if they win all the way at the end, then I could say, you know what, Judge deserves it. But I think the Steelers have a better story, especially what happened last year. You know, I think they finished 8-8. They had so many injuries, and now the whole team is back. And look, they're still undefeated. I mean, even if they get 1 or 2 losses afterwards, it's still a wonderful story how they bounce back to be so competitive.
Yeah, I agree. That's why Mike Tomlin is the coach of the year right now. But now let's move on to rookie of the year. And we got a lot of people. I want to start off my rookie of the year. My number one, I was the only one that voted for him. Chase Claypool. That man's been balling out for the best team in the NFL thus far. And I just wanted to point that out. I was the only one that voted for him out of our panel of over 11 different people. So with that being said, at third was Justin Jefferson, wide receiver for the Minnesota Vikings. Second, Joe Burrow, sadly, season-ending ACL, MCL, and multiple different tears and problems with his knee last week. But the rookie of the year this year is from the Los Angeles Chargers, Justin Herbert.
Yeah, baby.
This guy haunts my dreams. I mean, really. I
Where's
can't.
his haircut? That's the only picture you got, man?
No, it's the
He got a
creepy
nice-
one. It's the creepy one I can
He
make
had the
pop up.
nice haircut. I mean, he was looking solid, man.
This was the one Jace wanted, but I decided to go with this thing.
But is he really like potentially rookie of the year? Or I mean, Jace, you're right, and I think I dropped the ball on that vote. Claypool is the man. I mean, he's having a better season than he is.
Yeah. I think the one thing for me for Claypool was like everyone thought Juju Smith-Schuster, Deontay Johnson, those were going to be the guys that and then this guy comes in, asserts dominance, and takes the number one wide receiver spot on this team that's going undefeated and winning all their games. That's what really put him ahead. I'm very surprised that I was the only one that voted for him. But, I do think Herbert does kind of deserve it. He is balling out. He's doing very, very well. And it's really stinks that the people around him aren't the best, that he isn't put in positions to compete like at a higher level due to the team around him. But this is a solid guy that the Chargers are going to build around, and I expect success from the Chargers down the line.
Do you understand why this guy is blowing Chase Claypool out of the discussion?
Because he's a quarterback.
You look at the year this kid's having and you compare it, say, to Russell Wilson's rookie year where he passed for, he threw 64% of his power, completed 64%, 3,118 yards, 26 touchdowns, 10 picks. Herbert is on pace to have a 3.5% higher completion percentage, almost 5,000 yards, 36 touchdowns, and 10 picks. He's on pace for the same number of interceptions with 1,300 more yards and 10 more touchdowns. He'll end up with almost as many yards on the ground as Russell did. He's having one of the great rookie seasons of all time. I don't like him. I don't see it. I don't feel it. But you can't argue with the numbers. And I know that team stinks. I have their defense in my fantasy league. Believe me, I know all about it. Yeah, that's the right face to make, Sean. It's not good. But, I did also manage to pick up the Giants defense, which has actually supplanted his defense as my starting defense. But anyway, this guy really is great. And I think if he continues the way he's playing, he's definitely going to be the rookie of the year.
Yeah, some other honorable mentions also receiving votes. Chase Young, obviously. Antoine Winfield Jr., James Robinson, and CeeDee Lamb. A lot of strong rookie class this year. So hopefully some of those guys will be in the MVP debate in the years to come. But now let's talk defense with the Defensive Player of the Year. And this one, there were only 3 people that did not have the same 3 names on their list. And starting off 3rd place, Aaron Donald of the LA Rams. Then there is Myles Garrett of the Cleveland Browns. And number 1, your Defensive Player of the Year, TJ Watt. This is a guy that I honestly, part of me wanted to put on a little bit on the MVP race because he is the best player on the best team in the National Football League. And TJ Watt's been doing very, very well, and congrats to him on being Defensive Player of the Year at the bye week.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with this one. Obviously, I think he got robbed last year when Stephon Gilmore won it. I think he definitely deserved it last year, but I think he'll get it this year. He does it everywhere. He does it with his pass rush. He had 6 pass deflections on the year, so he gets his hand up and bats balls down at the line. Also has 8 run stuffs. He's very good against the run, so he does it all for the best defense in the league, and I think he definitely deserves the number 1 spot.
Yeah, 9 sacks, even as an interception. This guy's a beast. His PFF defensive grade's at 92.1. That's first among edge defenders, second among all linemen. His grade against the run is a 90, which is tops in the league for edge rushers. I mean, this guy's a beast, and he takes over games, and it's the reason why we're talking about him.
Absolutely. I agree with both of what just say about him.
Yeah, he is a beast. Some others receiving votes: Darius Leonard, Budda Baker, and Jordan Poyer from the Bills. Like I said, the main 3 though were TJ Watt, Myles Garrett, Aaron Donald. Most of the people had it with those 3. But now
I feel bad for Budda Baker because his career's over. He's now the guy that got caught by that's what he's gonna be forever. That's who he is. You'll never forget him for that one thing, and that's a shame. He's a really good ball player.
Yeah. He is the highest paid safety in the NFL for a reason.
Yeah. I'm the one that voted for Budda Baker.
Yeah.
Again, what a great ball player, man. But I feel like
does it all.
15, 20 years from now that you're gonna see that play. And you're going to forget how good and how fast Baker was.
Yeah. But now let's talk about the most prestigious award in the NFL. We'll get to the most prestigious award on this show. But the most prestigious award in the NFL, the MVP. And
I really thought you were going to go with Giant of the Year first, honestly. I did. That's what I thought.
But so MVP, honestly, this was the biggest disparity out of all the awards. There were a lot of other names thrown out there. I'm not even going to give you the top 3. Your MVP at the bye week for the New York Football Giants, at the Giants bye week, is Patrick Mahomes. Coming off.
Yeah. That's right.
No, it's not.
Why not? Who you had?
Kyler Murray.
No, stop it.
No.
Stop it. Look, you talk about Patrick Mahomes, who is the leading yards in passing. He has thrown 27 touchdowns, and out of 374 attempts of passing, he's only thrown 2 interceptions. This guy's the man. He's in charge of that offense, and he's making it happen. Can we say the same thing with Kyler Murray?
Patrick can't do it with his legs like Kyler can, and Kyler's not even that far behind with his
because
arms.
Mahomes decides not to. He can still run. He is fast.
He can't run like Kyler Murray.
No,
Look, man, he doesn't need to.
Ovi, if you love Patrick Mahomes so much, why did you trade him in fantasy?
Because I need to balance my running backs and wide receivers. Let's not even go into fantasy. Let's stick with the NFL here. All right? Patrick Mahomes does deserve it over Wilson, Rodgers, and everybody else. Look, Murray he's a dual quarterback. I understand, and he's doing great things. But he is not Mahomes. I'm sorry. I mean, the stats, it's already on point. He is far superior than Murray. So, no. Stop it. This is not even an argument.
I mean, saying that he's far superior is that's just flat out wrong. I don't have any problem with people voting him number one. I think it's very close. Mahomes was my number two. I just think Kyler Murray is more valuable to his team than to the Cardinals than Patrick Mahomes is to the Chiefs.
Oh, Mahomes! You take Mahomes out of the Chiefs. You think the Chiefs would still be the same without him? Absolutely not.
I'm not saying the same. They would still have success though. They have too many weapons to not succeed on the offensive side.
I beg to differ.
Yeah, that's not true either. No, they have Kelsey, Tyreek Hill, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Le'Veon Bell, one of the best offensive lines in the league. It literally doesn't stop. You could throw anyone in there. And I'm not saying, obviously, not the success of Patrick Mahomes, but it'd still be a top 10 offense in the league.
Look, if there's anything that you want to give Murray, give him the running back title because he is second right now in the rushing touchdowns. Give it to him.
Yeah,
don't give him an award.
That was part of my argument. And then he throws 19. He's got 29 touchdowns on the season. He's still in the top 10 in rushing in the league. He doesn't turn the ball over nearly as much. And he's got his team about to win the NFC West, the best division in the league, and he's got them in the race down the stretch.
I think about to, or
they could. I mean, they easily could.
I think you all got it wrong anyway. I think the hot pick right now is Big Ben. Never even gotten a vote for MVP before. Comeback player of the year probably going to happen as well. Depending on how good this team finishes. 24 touchdowns, 5 picks. Guy's having a heck of a year. I'm just saying, he's an old guy. Maybe they want to give him a send-off. You never know. I think
he got the comeback of the award. That's good enough for him. Good job.
Again, let's see if they finish 15-1. Let's see how the writers are feeling at that point.
All right.
True. And we could say the same for the Chiefs.
Okay. All right.
We did. We literally just did. That was the whole conversation we had for like 10 minutes. And now I'm telling you, you're forgetting that there's another guy who's having a better year on a better team than what Pat Mahomes had.
15-1. The Chiefs could be ending at 15-1 as well. I'm just saying.
Well, the Steelers could still finish at 16-0, so they're still a slightly better team at this point.
No, it won't be 16-0. Stop it.
I don't know that. Do you? Do you have a crystal ball? Where's your crystal ball? Show it to me. Oh, I see. All right. Now your picks make more sense.
All right, yeah. Patrick Mahomes dominant, best team. I mean, best quarterback in the NFL right now. I mean, he's gonna repeat. He's got a strong chance to repeat as Super Bowl champion. Just everything's going Patrick Mahomes' way. Like the thing, no one is a clear. There's no clear guy. Like last year around this time, we were saying Lamar Jackson and was the clear MVP. Right now, you just give it to the best quarterback on the best team, and right now it's Patrick Mahomes on the Chiefs.
You know what? I'm going to tell you what, and truly and honestly, I believe Mahomes will be the candidate this year. But, yes, Aaron Rodgers having a good game. Drew Brees, he's injured now. I think he'll be out of the equation. Who else? I mean, can we include Derek Carr in the picture too, or no?
Yeah, definitely. Derek Carr should be in the picture, but not Ben Roethlisberger. That makes sense.
Okay. Isaiah says Russell Wilson. So let me tell you about Russell Wilson. He is great, but he's also thrown 10 interceptions.
Well, right. Nobody's paid attention the last 3 weeks. Russell Wilson's not playing well right now, so stop that talk. Russell Wilson's actually thrown himself out of the MVP race because he hasn't been playing well. Meanwhile, Ben Roethlisberger is moving up. He's got the 5th best odds right now, and he continues to climb with every single win. And the fact that nobody on the Steelers is, I mean, you could argue Chase Claypool is having the best season. He's like the third or fourth best skill guy on that team. So of course Ben's got to be rising to the top. I think Sean really nailed it when he was talking about Kyler Murray. I think Kyler Murray's a legit candidate because I think that team's getting better, and I think he's getting better and he's getting more comfortable. So watch out for that guy.
Yeah, he's having a better year than Lamar did last year, dual threat wise, and Lamar was the unanimous MVP. So obviously Patrick's Mahomes' greatness stands up there, but I think that Kyler Murray should be getting some recognition.
I also don't like this idea, like he's Mike Trout. Like if there's not a clear-cut winner, it's got to be Mahomes. No, it doesn't.
That's why Brady has won in the past. Like when there isn't like a clear-cut, someone doing extraordinary things, you just give it to the best quarterback that is the reigning champ.
Who's the reigning champ? Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know we did it like that.
Okay, whatever. That's just how it goes. That's just
is that how it goes? I didn't know that was the rule. It seems like this is a new thing. It's not a rule,
but that's just how history has played out in the past.
The past of what?
Football, NFL.
Give me another example.
Brady's won when Aaron Rodgers has won. You just go to the de facto, okay, this guy can throw the best football. He's on a good team. Like, there is no, no one's breaking the mold. There's no head and shoulders guy above. So you go to the most spectacular quarterback. There's Patrick Mahomes.
I think you go to the quarterback on the best team.
Or the quarterbacks that's having the best season. I don't think it's
Joe. I love that
it's most valuable player. Yes, it's not the best quarterback award. This isn't the Bart Starr award.
I know. But, Joe, I love that you keep bringing up Ben Roethlisberger because I'm the only one that gave Ben Roethlisberger a vote. He was my third place.
Oh, no.
He's a rapist. I hate the guy. I don't like him. I absolutely am appalled that he's even in the league. But that said, I'm just saying, if you're going to give the guy, if you're going to let him play in the league, give him the MVP this year. He's having a great year. That team last year without him, the same team without him last year was not good. He's back. They're undefeated. Give me a break.
Give me a break. Give me a break. Oh, sorry, my bad. Wrong commercial.
Listen, not reigning champ. Maybe I said my argument wrong. When there is no clear cut head and shoulders person above them, the best.
I got him on the ropes right now. Yeah, go ahead. Keep explaining it.
The best quarterback of the best team wins the MVP.
Ben Roethlisberger.
Yeah, and I'm the only one that gave Ben Roethlisberger a vote.
Okay, so you're the only guy. Congratulations.
Well, why are you arguing against it then?
I'm not. I'm saying
Patrick
Mahomes. I'm saying the Chiefs are a better team right now than the Steelers.
Based on what? Record? They're not.
Playing based on the field. But that's a whole different conversation.
Yeah, it is.
The Steelers have not lost to the Raiders this year.
They would if they played.
The Steelers got a better defense than the Chiefs.
Okay, yeah.
Defense wins championships.
Thank you, Ovi. You can argue that Ben Roethlisberger is being carried by a defense.
You're welcome.
You can make that argument about Eli Manning. He has 2 Super Bowl MVPs. That would say that having a great defense, you still have to win the game. You still have to win the game. You have to score more points than the other team. It's the reason why I keep telling you I don't like Herbert. It's the reason I tell you I don't like Joe Burrow. If you're not going to win games and you're going to put up big numbers, you're Tony Romo. Tony Romo's garbage. Thank you. Case made.
Did Eli Manning ever win a season MVP?
Didn't need to.
Okay. We're discussing.
He should have in 2011.
He should have been 2011.
Should have, could have, but and then it's always that publicity, the celebrity style of quarterbacks.
It's just people get lazy on their votes and they're like, well, I got to just give it to that guy. No, give it to the guy who made the difference that made his team get into the postseason. That's how it works.
Okay.
All right.
Now, let's get into.
Which is why I think Kyler Murray's the pick.
Okay. All right.
Joe. Thank you.
Okay. Negative.
I mean, okay. All right. You know, we got to move on.
Giants.
You can make an argument for DeAndre Hopkins if you're going to use that logic.
Giants.
So, okay. Giants Player of the Year, the most prestigious award on this show.
Seriously.
At the bye week, who is the Giant? We got a lot of votes. 3 head and shoulders above others. I'm going to start off with honorable mentions here. Graham Gano, Riley Dixon, Logan Ryan, Leonard Williams. Those were the honorable mentions. And then in third, Blake Martinez. In second, Danny Dimes. And
what?
Oh, brother.
Nah, get out of
bye
here.
week,
Judge.
your Giants Player of the Year,
Judge.
James Bradbury.
Hell yeah, baby.
Oh man, that's bogus.
What? Who do you have?
Danny Dimes, baby.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, you got anybody else that could be a quarterback and put up all that
Wait a
stuff
minute,
that's going on?
Ovi, show me the other 5 empties. What are you talking about?
Since when does
Dimes? What?
Danny Dimes, baby? He got RKO'd in the middle of the field. I mean, he's done it all, man. He's got attacked by the media, by fans, and everything else. And look, he's still standing tall, looking good.
I wish this was. Yeah, I know. Maybe
What?
you. Oh wait, hold on. Does Ovi think this is the guy that stands the tallest?
Damn right.
Is that what he thought we meant by giant?
Oh no, this is not giant beanstalk or whatever. I mean,
Yeah, you should have picked Dexter Lawrence if that's what you're going for.
Daniel Jones throwing over 2,000 yards and stuff like that, and yet we don't consider him as the top giant. This guy does it all. He's the quarterback and the running back of the team.
Hold on.
He's playing 2 positions.
Sean, explain why it's Bradbury.
No bullshit.
Explain
I know
why
Bradbury. I know.
Explain why it's Bradbury, and I'll tell you why it's really Logan Ryan.
It.
But go ahead.
Well, yeah. First of all, I mean the Giants. The Giants' defense is the only thing keeping this team somewhat in the division race. So that's why I had all 3 defensive players on my list. I had Bradbury.
I could have
Martinez.
sworn Joe said something about that earlier.
All right. I had Bradbury, Martinez, and then Leonard Williams. Bradbury, I mean, we saw how our secondary was the last couple of years. Finally bringing in a number 1 cornerback that can shut down legit number 1 receivers. He leads the league in pass deflections. He gets the turnovers. He has 3 picks on the year. And he completely shuts down one side of the field, which is absolutely huge for our defense. He's been probably the best signing of Gettleman's era here in New York, and I absolutely love James Bradbury. I think he definitely deserves to be Giant of the Year at this point.
James Bradbury, I give him props. He's doing well, but he doesn't score points. He doesn't move the ball.
Neither does Daniel Jones.
And
at the start of the season, at least.
You take Bradbury off, the defense is still going to be performing the same. Okay? Take him out the equation. He doesn't play every snap. That's what I don't understand.
Yes, he
Jones does. No, he doesn't.
Look at the snap percentage. I'll look it up right now.
You can do the snap percentage. He doesn't play every snap
right now.
Yes, he does. Daniel Jones is playing 2,000 yards. He's also leading rushing in the Giants. Okay, he's scoring touchdowns, passing and running. So how are you not going to tell me? No, not really. Yes,
not nearly at the rate he was last year.
We're not talking about last year. We're talking about now, this year.
Not at the rate that a starting quarterback's doing it. He's having a really poor offensive year. I understand he's accumulated most of the offensive yards, but he's the quarterback. That's his job.
You're talking about Giant of the Year. You don't think that Jones is multitasking that offense, doing what he's got to do?
He's 4th on my list.
Bradbury's playing 1 position? Come on.
He's had his running backs. He's had his running backs run for over 150 yards the past 5 games. How is that not getting help from his offense?
Hold on. Ovi, if you're going to talk about Daniel Jones running and that stuff.
Okay, define me. What does Giant of the Year mean? Tell me the definition of Giant of the Year.
The best player on the Giants, the guy that's having the best season.
Jones.
No.
Yes.
Bradbury's going to go to the Pro Bowl.
So might Martinez and Leonard Williams.
Okay. You're right. Martinez and Bradbury. All right, they're going to the Pro Bowl. What does that mean? Nothing.
They're two of the best players at their position in the entire league. That's what that means.
That means what? Are they scoring touchdowns? Are they winning games?
Yes, by keeping the other team off the board.
There are a fraction of the victories that the Giants are doing. That's it.
Yeah, they're trying to win games, and Daniel Jones has kept losing them for the whole season, fumbling balls and throwing mad interceptions.
Oh, and the Giants haven't done the same thing? How they can't stop?
He's the champion.
No. You mean to tell me where was he when against the Cowboys when they had the lead and they blew it and let the Cowboys win? You're gonna tell me, Bradbury, right?
That's one example.
Oh, one example. Every freaking game. That's why we lost. Why you think what's our record? Come on. 3-7. We could have been 7-2. Come on. Stop it. Stop it with the defense.
Points on the board. The offense isn't putting points on the board. How do you expect
Like what? Like what?
Listen.
He's out of his mind. What is he even talking about? Hold on a minute. I want to I 100% agree with Sean. I think Bradbury is the clear-cut, far and away Giant of the Year. You could also make an argument, I think, for Blake Martinez, but man, Logan Ryan has been coming up with big plays all year. 59 tackles, he's got a sack, 7 passes defended, a pick, couple of forced fumbles. He always seems to be the guy in the mix when it's happening. And so for me, Logan Ryan's been a huge impact guy. It's hard to argue against Bradbury because he is going to be a Pro Bowler this year. I have no doubt in my mind. OV?
Oh, no.
I'm still here.
Mad? Are you
I'm
mad?
Not mad? Look, he's a good player. I just don't think he is the man as a Giant of the Year. Yeah, I could consider him getting other awards and stuff like that, but he is not the guy. I'm sorry. He is not the top dog of the Giants. Sorry.
Everybody who voted for him. What are you talking about?
Congratulations. All right.
Listen, Daniel Jones was second. I
could see nothing, says OV.
Look, man, I can understand if Jones was just a stalemate quarterback, but he is doing it all. His work ethic and everything else, he's doing a lot. Trevor, you can talk all you want. That has no relevance of what we're talking about. You're lucky you even got him. I'm helping you, buddy.
Ovi, hold on. Weren't you the one that brought on this show that we should draft Trevor Lawrence and move on from Daniel Jones? Now you're saying he's the best player.
Well, you know what, Jace? The reason why is because you yourself persuaded me to trust the system. Okay. And as much as 3 out of the 4 here was dissing Jones, I actually listened to you, and I believe in you, Jace. I believe in you.
I still believe in Jones. I don't think he's the Giant of the Year.
You said Justin Fields was going to be the Giants quarterback.
I never said Giant of the Year to still support him as the quarterback. That is nonsense. What are you talking about?
Oh, okay. All right. Hold on. I did have Daniel Jones on my list, but that was because the Giants, their only wins have been based on him. It's been based on his play and how well he's doing. So he is the real indicator of when this team is good, he is really good. When this team is not too hot, he is not too hot. That's why I had him on my list. He is the backbone of this Giants team. But my number 1 was the superstar on the Giants.
You're not gonna laugh all you want, but I know I'm right. So that's it. Jones is gonna be a franchise quarterback. I'll be surprised if Bradbury lasts past 5 seasons and be in another uniform.
Okay.
Well, he's on a 4-year contract, so he might be gone.
Okay.
I got Russell, so I'm happy.
Thanks to you.
And he made the offer. It's not even like I suggested it.
Nah, it's all good.
I appreciate it.
Why we talk about fantasy?
Russell for Mahomes, so he indirectly traded
a lot invested.
Mahomes for Daniel Jones.
Hey, when you're in last place, you just got to do what you got to do, right? Come on, Trevor.
Oh, God. That's rich. Who
I have my top Giant was Blake Martinez. He's an elite linebacker, leading the league in tackles. He is a superstar. He is, I would argue against anyone, he might be the best middle linebacker in all the NFL. He is that good. So that's why I had him as my number one. But
Definitely top 5.
yeah, definitely should have been on your list if you didn't have him. But all right. Now, that does it for the bye week awards. Now, let's preview this upcoming game. Yeah, you are right. We are going to the championship.
Yeah, baby.
But let's go. We got the Bengals this week in Cincy. No Joe Burrow after like I mentioned earlier, rough knee injury against Washington. Sean, what do you expect from this game?
I expect a win, hopefully, coming off the bye week. Keep this winning streak going and keep ourselves alive in the division. Hopefully win 3 in a row, but it's a must win. Obviously, with the circumstances, that we're still in the race and that, Joe Burrow's out. It's an absolute must win, I think. So, yeah, I think on defense, we got to get pressure against a very bad old line and a backup QB, try and force some turnovers. I think, the Bengals, they're going to be without Burrow, obviously. But we shouldn't sleep on the receiving core with Tyler Boyd and T. Higgins and A.J. Green. Even if it's a backup QB, they're still very talented, so we can't fall asleep on that. And then just on the offensive side of the ball, the Bengals give it the 4th most rush yards per game. They're not good defending the run. So I think the Giants should incorporate a lot of read option with Daniel Jones, the way he's been running the ball this season. And then just go ahead and feed the Wayne train the way that Wayne Gallman's been running the ball. Just got to keep that going. So I think we should have a heavy run attack against the Bengals, try and get some pressure and go in and win a big one here against Cincinnati.
I got a scouting report today on Brandon Allen. He's just your typical pocket passer, Arkansas guy. I don't expect much from him. He's had a couple of starts in the NFL and it's never really gone well. I think this is an amazing blessing for the Giants right here to come off the bye with the chance to take on a Bengals team that obviously just lost their quarterback, a guy who, as I've said before, I'm not all that impressed with. The 2-7-1 record certainly speaks for itself, but I think this is a very winnable game for the Giants. Sean said they'd run for 150 yards 5 games in a row. It's actually 3 games in a row. I think we're going to get to 5 because the defenses the next 2 weeks are pretty porous. So I like to think that the Giants are just going to be able to pound the football, play really good defense. Xavier McKinney will be back. He'll get eased in this week, and he'll be back ready to go next week for DJ Metcalf, and then the week after for the Cardinals and DeAndre Hopkins, Jace's MVP pick, and of course Kyler Murray, who reasonable people consider, but I'm just kidding. Anyway, I know this is a winnable game. I certainly think the Giants win this one. I think like a 24-13 win here. It'd be decisive.
I hope that the Giants come with that 2-game winning streak that they got and actually do something. It's after the bye week, and sometimes Giants have a slow start after a bye week. So hopefully that we can start hot and fresh. Today, the Giants listed Sterling Shepard as questionable. I hope that he at least gets close to 100% during the game. But let's have these receivers have some good hands and catch the ball. I think we're going to do damage in the passing game as well as the running game. So I do see the Giants winning at least by 10 points, maybe more.
Listen, this game is going to indicate a lot. This is a big game. Like you mentioned, OV, I was nervous prior to last week about this game because, yeah, it's very rough coming off a bye. It's very, very hard to come off a bye and get yourself motivated and get back in the groove of things. And like that stat you just threw up there, Joe, 8-15 off a bye. That's not good. So I was very nervous, and then sadly the thing happened with Joe Burrow, and now I feel very, very confident about the Giants this week, and they're going to get the win. And like I pick them as always, they're going to get the win. But to show me that they can not just make the playoffs, not just win this division, but if they get there and they could possibly play a little bit of upset, make some noise. They need to win this game dominantly. The Bengals are a team in shambles. The Giants are on the rise, and they just need to put the Bengals to sleep if they want to be considered one of those teams that can make some noise when it comes to the playoffs.
Before the show started, Jason and I had a conversation, and I said, and you could include the Rams game since they lost by 8, the Niners game, and the Steelers game. You throw those 3 games out, there's no reason why the Giants shouldn't be a 7-3 football team. And think about if they had pulled those games out as they should have. And you're talking about a 7-3 Giants team instead of a 3-7 Giants team with the way the rest of the season is stacked up. You might be discussing whether or not the Giants are the best team in the NFC, but the record's 3-7. And while they've been playing really well the last 6 or 7 weeks, the record is what it is. But it could just as easily be a different conversation. I think a lot of people are going to be very surprised. I think, and look, I didn't want to jump on board with that thought until I really believed this team's good enough. Daniel Jones has figured it out. Daniel Jones has become a really good quarterback, and they're starting to understand what they can do to get Daniel Jones to play the best Daniel Jones kind of football. This defense is really good. And you'll notice, and I talked about this several weeks ago, and here we are as all these weeks have transpired and this team has sort of turned it around. The defense isn't spending 40 minutes on the field anymore. Against the Eagles, it was 33-27 in favor of the Giants. You just never see that sort of stuff anymore. So keeping this defense off the field fresh so that they can come in and make big plays. If Daniel Jones, if that's going to be the way this goes the rest of the year, there's no reason to think that the Giants honestly can't win. Go 5-2 the rest of the way. I think that's certainly reasonable.
Yeah,
I think, and I'll tell you this too, and I know, Jace, you agree with me. I think of the Cardinals, Ravens, and Seahawks, I think the Giants have to and will beat 2 out of 3 of those teams. And it won't be the Cardinals, Sean.
No, I think.
Man, I'm going to tell you what, you never know what can happen any given Sunday. You never know. Giants has the potential of doing it. Just saying.
I just think the Ravens and Seahawks games, the 2 on the road, are going to be 2 tough ones. I feel like those are going to be losses. I feel like we have to split the Browns and Cardinals games that are both at home, though. I feel like we have to definitely win at least one of those and then beat the Bengals and the Cowboys.
If you watch the Rams game against the Seahawks, and I did, I walked away with the thought of the Giants can beat the Seahawks. And now that Xavier McKinney's going to be back in that game, and I was saying to Jace, look, he's going to get eased in this week. He probably won't play a complete game next week. He's got to kind of get eased in and learn the NFL position. He's a playmaker. He's an impact guy. And I guarantee he will make an impact. And so I think that's just another really huge benefit for the Giants going forward is that this guy is going to be on the football field and making a big difference. And everybody, Trevor Keys from Keys to the City is blowing us up on the comments. So what do you got?
I got to get in on this. So go on, boys. Go on. What are we talking about?
Well, we're already late to the conversation, man. What's there to talk about?
Ovi, my man. How are you?
Don't start with me.
Man, I've been waiting to see you. How the hell do you trade Daniel Jones for Russell Wilson straight up? And then you want to tell me that Patrick Mahomes for Russell Wilson isn't a fair enough trade? Hey,
mira. At that particular time, I told you, man. No. Hey, it is what it is, man. You do desperate moves when you're in last place. But hey, let's save that for another conversation, man.
Absolutely.
But I got the Giants beating the Bengals again by 10 points. And then the rest of the schedule, it looks beneficial for the Giants to win the NFC East and at least host one playoff game. So I'm telling you, I feel like maybe if it's right, and almost like the time with Coughlin when we first won the Super Bowl, how we ended the season 9-7, we have that potential, because this defense is solid, the offense is improving, but we're coming out of the bye week. What type of Giants are we going to see? But I am confident that we're going to win. And if it's over 10 points, everybody in the NFL, you better watch out because they're coming in strong.
Do you know what the difference between the 2007 Giants and this team is?
They don't have Eli Manning.
No, they don't need Eli Manning. Listen, you have the defense and you have a guy that can make plays, and that's all you need. The 2000s, again, as I just said a minute ago, if the Giants were 7-3, and they very well should have and could have been, or even 6-4, you could argue, not 3-7, you would take the Giants much more seriously at this point. The only reason you don't,
NFC,
the only I'm not worried about the division. I really don't care about the division. The division's garbage.
The NFC as a whole. Like,
the whole NFC stinks. That's exactly right. So the Giants, if the Giants were 7-3, the conversation we'd be having is, are they better than the Seahawks? Are the Giants better than the Cardinals? Are they better than the Bucks? That's what we would be talking about right now. But 3-7, we're like, oh, there's no way. I'm telling you, nobody thought the Rams were going to be we're going to whoop on Seattle like they did. That defense was stifling. Russ couldn't get nothing going, and I think the Giants defense is better.
Yeah, I do. I agree with you, Joe.
Wait, better than the Rams defense?
No, I'm being hyperbolic.
No, they're getting better.
After watching them last night or Monday night, I don't think I would be able to say it. I think they're the second best defense behind the Steelers. And I think
I'll be right back, guys. I'm coming on that actual computer, so I'm gonna look a little better. So I'll be right back.
All right, cool.
I was just gonna
how
say
you can look a little better with that hair going all over the place, but
Damn.
Why he had to walk away? I really wanted to tell him in his face, but when he comes on, I'm gonna turn off. Okay? No.
Look again. Hector's got it. He knows what's up.
Yeah, I mean they're waking up, and again, it's just, hey, how you doing?
I'm actually. How do I look? Do I look good? And I got a Giant hoodie on. I didn't even know I was gonna be on the show, but guess what? I'm prepared.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm prepared too, man. I'm prepared for my college football coming after this show. So, we'll see there. But hey, going back to your conversation, and I know we said this already. You know, if the Giants were able to close their games like they should had, you know, I think we would have been 7-3, 7-2, whatever the case may be. But also understand that we didn't have any preseason games. So if you take 4 of those games out, like the first 4 weeks, I mean, I think we would be holding strong. I really do believe that.
Right now, the way the Giants, if they do what we expect to do, what I've been saying they're going to do, and win these big games, this is going to be a team, if they make it to the playoffs, getting hot at the right time and can make some noise. And I'm just excited to see what the future holds, because there can be a lot, and it should be interesting.
Look, at the end of the day, it's after Thanksgiving, and the New York Giants are in a division race playing meaningful football. The postseason really technically starts now for the Giants. You've got to win every single game if you want to get into the postseason and if you want a chance. And I think as Giants fans, that's all you could ask for. If they lose every game out the rest of the way, it'll be awful. It'll tell us a lot about this team.
Surprised if that happened.
I'm telling you, I just don't think it's going to happen. But again, if the Giants fall way short here, say they only win 2 more games, they finish 5-11, then maybe, and if that's the case, then Daniel Jones hasn't gotten better. And then maybe you move.
Might give him a division title under his belt, though, with that 5-11 record.
Absolutely. But listen, I'm telling you, if he doesn't, then they might seriously think about walking away from the guy, which is a crazy thought. That he could be 5-11, miss the postseason, and we're done. He goes 6-10. They win the division. He's the quarterback of the future.
I feel like this game won't indicate a lot for the Giants just because this is losing Joe Burrow, and they're playing a 3rd string, 4th string guy that just came out of left field, the Bengals. The Giants should take care of business this week. Let's be honest. All of us should be in agreement with that. The Giants should take care of business. They should run the ball effectively like they passed the past 3 weeks. They should get to the quarterback. Their defense is playing sound, and DJ is making smart decisions. I need to keep saying it as I've been saying it, the consistency. It's all about consistency for DJ and this team here on out. This is a winnable game for the Giants, but as we know, we don't know what the Giants do. Giants should win games like this, but they struggle in Cincinnati. For some odd reason, we struggle with the Cincinnati Bengals, and I expect the Giants should take care of business. So
No, yeah, this is a big litmus test. If they can go in, handle business to take care like that, double digit, win by double digits, win by 10, that shows that they can compete with any team and that they might be scary. If they go in and keep it close, I don't feel confident in them to make that run like I see right now. But that's going to do it for Giants talk. But that was a lot. That was a lot of good talk.
I feel better.
I do. Yeah,
I
me
still
too.
don't feel better. I need to beat Joe in a bet. I still don't feel better. I need to beat you, Joe.
Oh, that's right. So just so everybody knows, since you brought it up,
I don't care. I'm a man of my word. I'm going to do it.
Listen, we had a bet, Ravens-Titans.
The worst bet in the world.
The bet was if the Titans win, Trevor gets to wear a Biden-Harris shirt. And if the Ravens had won, I would have worn a Trump-Pence shirt. And as my Lord and Savior, Derrick Henry, could tell you, we ain't having that. So look for that happening soon. Trevor in a pink Biden-Harris shirt. Maybe. I haven't decided yet.
I might look good in pink. I got beautiful blue eyes, so I don't know if we want to do that.
On the tan skin, I think it would look really good.
Well, I'm pale right now, Joe. Come on. I'm pale.
You're tanner than anybody on this show.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Obi, for bringing it up. Did you see the breaking news, sad news out of Dallas? The strength and conditioning coach did pass away. Former Giant as well. Yeah. He also played with the New York Giants. 54 years old. Had a heart attack yesterday. Sad news. I don't care, Cowboys or not. Anybody that's, especially a time like this, tomorrow, knowing it's Thanksgiving, damn, that breaks my heart for that family.
Yeah. And you mentioned it, tomorrow is Thanksgiving. And if turkey and football, those are the
terrible games tomorrow, Jace.
Yes, terrible
games. Only 2 games tomorrow.
Only two games. You're right. Tomorrow. The Ravens and Steelers games got pushed to Sunday. But, Joe, let's take a look at the pick standings. Let's look at last week's record.
How did I do that?
Oh, no.
Did I do well last week?
500.
500 again? Damn.
Yes, sir.
Y'all talking all that smack about my fantasy league, and I can't even pick your games.
You're the worst team in the league, and you traded Bengals for
Hey, but I'm beating you here now. What's up?
Not a bad week.
Say something else.
I'm fourth in winning percentage. What are you talking about? I don't suck.
He's talking to me.
No, well, good.
You're talking to me?
How did I go 6-8? I felt like I was 14-0 this week. No?
No.
Right there, you should just lose for the week.
Every game I watch, I'm like, oh, I think I picked
Yeah,
this
you
one.
did pick the Jets. Oh, my gosh.
I felt like
picked
the Jets had a chance.
Jets
And the Raiders.
No.
Sorry, I don't like this guy.
Your boy.
I don't like this guy.
Got a Photoshop right here. Got a Photoshop to here.
Yo, you know he got a haircut, man. You should get up-to-date pictures.
I don't want an up-to-date picture. I like this creepy thing.
Yo, what's up with all those dots?
Joe likes that picture because he's jealous of his hair. That's why. That's why he's growing it out.
We had a special guest, Justin Herbert, joined. Justin McGuire had to leave, and we put in Justin Herbert. Hey, Justin, how you doing?
Oh, okay.
I'm good. I'm just not a very good quarterback.
Stop with this nonsense. Just stop.
We'll get to that when we get to the Chargers game.
It's funny how you say that he's not that good, and then on the next show we have Jace who plays the opposite role of Joe about who's good quarterback and who's not. But hey, it is what it is. But you did say, Jace, Texans and Lions are coming up tomorrow, right?
Yeah, Texans Lions. That's what we got. The first game for Thanksgiving. Not two great teams. Let's not spend a lot of time. Just give me your picks, Sean. Who you got?
Give me the Texans in this one.
Okay.
Best player on the field is on the Texans, Deshaun Watson.
Right there.
I got Texans.
And it's the Lions on Thanksgiving. They stink.
They always lose on Thanksgiving Day.
Yeah, they just threw a goose egg up against Carolina. Come on. They're awful. I don't think they'll score this game either.
So you got Texans as well, Joe?
I got the Texans as well, yeah.
Yeah, Texans are just hitting the stride right at not the right part, but yeah, I got the Texans. Get it done. As well. And then another terrible Thanksgiving game.
But a must-watch for all of us.
Yes, we need to watch this game because it has a lot of implications for our Giants as the Washington football team goes to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. Show them.
I got the Cowboys in this one. Having Andy Dalton back is going to be huge for their offense. So, yeah, I think they get it done.
Whoever's up next.
I got the Cowboys.
I would say the Cowboys, too. Losing your strength and conditioning coach, they're going to be motivated tomorrow. Big win last week against Minnesota. Surprising victory. I got the Cowboys.
I got Cowboys on this one.
Clean sweep. Oh, no. Actually, Isaiah did send me in his picks. He's the only one going on Washington. But, yeah, I think Cowboys.
Nice.
Well, he must be referring to the Washington football team because it does end in team.
Oh,
yeah, there you go.
Oh.
We're just not sure anymore.
I got you, Hector. I got you.
All right. Okay. Now, a actual talk about worthy game. Where is it? The game that was supposed to be played tomorrow got moved to Sunday. Battle of the AFC North. Ravens go to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers. We'll start with you here, Trev.
Well, I'm not picking the Baltimore Ravens for a little while because they broke my heart last week. I swear to Happy Thanksgiving. I'm not picking Baltimore for a little while. They broke my heart last week because, so I'm going to end with this team. I don't know. They're going the wrong way. When we just talked about it, it's crunch time because after Thanksgiving, it's all about playoffs and teams that are starting to hit their stride. The Baltimore Ravens, boy, oh boy, are going the opposite direction. The Steelers, that was my bold prediction. I have them going undefeated to finish the regular season. Chalk it up for 11-0.
All right.
They're wearing the Color Rush uniforms too, so.
Ooh. Sexy.
Yeah,
Yes.
I wanted to pick the Ravens in this one, but similar
Don't
to
do it,
Trevor,
Sean.
I've been chasing them for a
They'll
couple
break
weeks.
your heart. They'll break
I
your
know.
heart.
I've wanted them. I've had trust in Lamar, but especially with the backfield out with COVID this week, it's going to be huge for them. So I think the Steelers are just a better team. I think they'll pull it out, but I think it will be a good game.
Trev, you don't want to bet on this game, do you? No? Okay.
I told you, I got some good firewood after that show. Perfect. Start the fire up with it, baby.
Look, the Steelers are a really good football team. You're right. The Ravens are definitely headed the wrong way. The Steelers defense is fantastic. If you haven't watched the full Steelers game, I highly recommend it. I mean, that offense looks great. Big Ben, I'm telling you. That's why I say, you got to start talking MVP for this guy because he's having a really great year. Yeah, I don't know if you guys know, he's never gotten a vote for MVP in his entire career.
You know
Really?
why?
Yes, Chad Pennington has, and he hasn't.
The same way.
Chad Pennington's gotten a vote.
I mean, it doesn't
It's
surprise me.
messed up.
Ben's been under the radar all season. He's been playing his part. I know it's not Rodgers or Mahomes numbers, but he's been playing his part, and he's been better than I expected.
Well, here's my vote. I'm picking the Steelers because they're moving it on Sunday.
That's it. Just not because they're 10-0.
No,
I
I think that being if it was a short week like it was for tomorrow, I think Ravens would have benefited it. But now that it puts it for Sunday, they got plenty of rest. Look, Steelers, they're winning their games, but it's not all pretty.
A win's a win. Who cares?
You're right. You're absolutely a win's a win.
Like
at
the
the end of the
Giants,
game, the win's a win.
About bad victories, we'll take
But-
it we can
But I
get.
take the Steelers 11-0, baby.
Yeah, not a clean sweep again. Isaiah's going for the Ravens. It's weird. He's got to be on here to defend himself on these. But I'm going the Steelers. I do think it's going to be a lot closer than we think because it is a divisional game, and the Ravens do want to get that one back after they already dropped it. I think it will be a tough, close, interesting football game, but I expect the Steelers to come out on the victory side. Now, let's talk about some interleague play. Raiders go to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. Start with you, Ovi. Who you got here?
Raiders.
That's what you just got the Raiders. That's it.
That's it.
I thought you were gonna tune up a song for us. You had everything going. You had the beat. I thought you were just
Yeah,
Okay.
no song for these two teams.
I called the Raiders upsetting the Chiefs, and boy, they got really close last week. The Raiders are a pretty good football team.
They were upset.
Don't underestimate the Raiders. I mean, I'm telling you, I think in an NFL season where there is not really a team that's 100% complete, where anybody on any given day seems like they could beat another team, I would watch out for that Raiders team because they're good enough. Got a great offense. Derek Carr's playing really good football right now. Josh Jacobs is one of the few studs in the league who actually delivers week in and week out. So I'd watch out for the Raiders. They're going to win this one easily.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, Raiders are one of the best teams in the AFC. I think they'll win this one easily.
Yeah, Raiders are a legit team. Like I was blinded for a while. Now I've accepted that they're good. They're going to go in. They're going to get it done. Against the Falcons, I think the Falcons will put up a decent fight because they have been shown it the past couple weeks. But I think the Raiders will come out victorious.
Didn't most of you guys pick the Falcons last week to beat the Saints? Whoever picked that, shame on you guys. Yeah, Sean, you're better than that.
It was Sean and like Ovi.
Sean,
whoa.
Explain.
I had
here,
told
so
you. Hold on. In my defense, Winston was going to be the starting quarterback, but at the last minute, Hill was starting, and I emailed you, change my pick to the Saints because Hill was the starting quarterback. There's a big difference. I don't trust Jameson Winston.
Yeah, Ovi, I was in the same boat.
Listen, I took the L with the fantasy lock picking, James.
I messed up his name.
You the L.
All right, Shawnee, I could accept that. When I heard that, and I was like, really?
Yeah, no, I thought Winston was going to throw a bunch of picks, and I thought
same here.
Reasonable.
They ended up playing Taysom Hill, so whatever. I'll take the loss.
All right, now
no respect, Chase, no respect.
If I have to live with Jameis Winston being my fantasy lock, you can take an L.
Can I ask you a question? Why in God's good name would you take a guy who hasn't started a game all year?
Joe, because he got LASIK, Joe. He's not going to throw as many picks.
He's not even playing.
His LASIK went so poorly, they didn't even start him.
Okay. I mean, BYU product, put in work. So,
I had to drop him as soon as possible. You know what my backup quarterback was last week? Thank God the Raiders played Joe Flacco. That was Thank God he gave me Patrick Mahomes.
Oh my God, that's so great.
Thanks, Ovi.
All right.
Here we go again.
And my fantasy quarterback is playing the Bills as the Chargers go to Buffalo to take on the Bills. Joe, you want to talk about is your favorite rookie going to get it done? Get the upset here?
I'll tell you who's going to get it done is my other favorite quarterback, Josh Allen. Him and those Bills. Yeah, that's right. I've been a Josh Allen guy all year. He's kind of
nightmares with this picture.
He's cooled off of late. They were 5-1, so just 2-2 over the last 4 games. But obviously, as great as Justin Herbert is, I think the Bills will somehow find a way to win a late one over that terrible Chargers defense. Does that make everybody happy? Herbert will throw for 800 yards and 7 touchdowns. Unfortunately, the Chargers will give up 7 touchdowns and a safety. I'm just kidding. But, yeah, again, this is...
Oh, Joseph, you're back. I was just talking to your twin brother, Justin McGuire. How you doing?
Isn't he adorable? I think the Bills are going to get a win on this one. Although, look, I'll be honest. I mean, Herbert's definitely a good quarterback. This isn't the kind of game. This isn't the kind of game. I'm just. Do you know the story, Trev? I told these guys earlier. I had a chance in my fantasy league. I'm in one of those franchise leagues.
Yeah.
And he was right there at my lap.
Mm-hmm.
And I dropped back for 2 more seconds.
Atta boy. Good for you.
I passed on Justin Herbert, and now I kick myself over and over and over again. I'm so mad. I needed a franchise QB.
You look angry too, Joe.
He's mad at you.
I've got 3 number 1 picks next year. If I would have drafted Herbert, boy, I mean, I'm probably the favorite next year.
The
I
future
blew
looks
it.
bright for Joseph Aguirre's fantasy team. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
I got the Bills too. I mean, Chargers will do their thing. Justin Herbert and that offense will move the ball, but the Bills are just too much. Better defense, just a better team, and they need to win as well because they're still running for an AFC East crown and for a top 3 seed in the AFC. So they got to keep winning. They've been up and down. Josh Allen, I need to see more from Josh Allen. He's been too inconsistent. This is a good game for him to kind of light it up against a bad Chargers defense.
Yeah, I think this game is going to be a shootout. The Bills are going to win. Chargers playing close games every week, so it'll come right down to the wire. But the Bills will pull it out at home.
Listen, I am going with the Bills as well at home. I think Justin Herbert is not going to do that well this week. I think he's going to have a bad game.
It's like Thanksgiving and my birthday all at once.
No, I think Justin Herbert's going to struggle, and it's going to be very similar to like the Seahawks against the Bills, where the Bills are going to get a bunch of points. Chargers, they aren't going to put up as many points, and it's going to be a very dominant victory for the Bills. But then let's go. Let's talk some AFC South. 7-3 teams going at one another. Titans go to Indianapolis to take on the Colts. What you got, Sean?
I'm going to go with the road team in this one. I'm going to go with the Titans. I know the Colts won the first matchup, and I think these are two really good teams in the AFC South. So, what are you laughing at?
I'm laughing at Joe because I know he's got a lot.
Yeah, no.
You gotta have the picture on it too, damn it! You can't even just have Biden Harris. You gotta actually have the picture for me. Take on you, man.
All the details.
Double or nothing. I'm going something.
Yeah. But yeah, the Colts are a really good defense, but this is the time of year that Derrick Henry really starts to run loose on everyone. Late November and December, and then AJ Brown, he's been a little off the last couple of weeks. I think he's gonna step it up, and I think the Titans will have a good day against one of the better defenses in the league. And I don't think Phillip Rivers is gonna do what he did last time against the Titans. He had a really good game. I expect him to get some pressure and force some turnovers. I think the Titans will win by a touchdown on this one.
You're right, Sean. This is the time of the year where Derrick Henry sort of takes over. It started on the last play of the last game, didn't it, Trev? I'll tell you what, they had done a really good job, by the way, of containing Henry in the first half, and really it was a really great effort by the Titans. Again, Ryan Tannehill, you got to love that guy. He's a great quarterback. The Colts are a really good team. Phillip Rivers is been a little up and down this season, but again, I mean, the record speaks for itself. But I like the Titans a lot, and I like them in a close one to take this game.
I'm going with the Colts. I was very impressed. I'm not making no bet on this game. I'm not going.
Come on, let's do it.
What, you wanted to double or nothing? No, that's for Keys of the City. We'll figure something out.
All right, fine.
This is your show. I'm just a guest. Both teams were very impressive last week, I must say. Went in against Green Bay and beating Baltimore. Both looked good. I know the Colts beat up on the Tennessee Titans. Could go either way. I really like that Colts defense. They're nasty. They get after it. And Phillip Rivers looked pretty impressive last week. If he can play like that and take away the turnovers, the Colts could be a very dangerous team in the AFC playoffs. So I'm going to go with the Colts and to secure their division title because that's it. This is for the division pretty much. If the Colts win, they wrap up the division.
Yeah, I agree with you, Trev. I'm going Colts here. I think they get it done. I think they're starting to click at the right time. They're starting to look a lot better, especially last week. They looked really good. I think just their defense better than the Titans and their O-line, especially with Titans not having Lewin. I think – and the two-headed monster that has emerged the past couple weeks from Hines and Taylor. I really like – the direction the Colts are in right now. Frank Reich is a guy who can he's kind of in the coach of the year.
Yeah, I voted for him.
Yeah, me too. But
hey, our buddy Hector Vasquez from the Hard Hitting Wrestling Show, he makes a really good point here. He says the Colts are becoming real, and Rivers is Till legit.
Yeah, he's as legit as Darren Till.
There you go.
Right.
You're my boy, Victor. You know this.
Victor, it's Hector.
No, it's not. It's Victor.
Make sure you tune in.
Like you did a couple months ago. Damn, Joe.
Yeah, tune in to us and Hector on All Four Downs directly after this.
Oh, is he going to join us tonight? Oh, that's great. No, I'm serious. Everybody laughing.
I've been on the show like the past 3 weeks.
That's great.
All right, okay. Ain't nobody care about that game. Panthers go to Minnesota, take on the Vikes. I got the Panthers to get it done on the road here.
Yeah, this is a really tough one. I'm gonna go with the Vikings, but I literally have no clue what's gonna happen in this game. But I'll go with the home team.
This morning, Justin D'Onofrio on Sports Talk with R&J said, and I thought this was great. He goes, I just don't understand the Vikings right now. I was like, yeah, dude, you just don't know what the team's going to do. Yeah, I feel like this maybe, I don't know. I'm picking them this week, but I don't feel great about it.
Oh, I'm not confident at all. I thought the Vikings would take care of Dallas last week, and they just showed why Minnesota and Kirk Cousins is Minnesota and Kirk Cousins. But I'm going to go with Dalvin Cook and the Minnesota Vikings team. I mean, I got nothing much to say. The Vikings, I thought this team was going to get hot. They were going to be dangerous, and then they show why they're the Minnesota Vikings. But I got the Vikings.
Also, last week I was laughed at for hyping up P.J. Walker.
I picked the Panthers.
Relax. Detroit. Come on.
He threw 2 picks, but he still looked damn good, especially for an XFL quarterback in the NFL. So, all right. Then we got 2 teams on opposite sides, 6-4 against 4-6. Cardinals go to Foxborough to take on the Pats. This, I don't know about the Patriots at all. It's so hot, cold. Like you can't pick right.
That's why this is a trap game. That's why this is a trap game for the Cardinals. Everybody wants you to pick the Cardinals. Vegas wants you to pick the Cardinals. Trust me, this is a typical Pats game. They looked like crap last week against the Texans. I would not be surprised if the Patriots upset the Cardinals, but I'm going to stick with the Cardinals. Because if Kyler Murray doesn't play, he's still questionable right now. He's dealing with an injury currently. So if he doesn't play, I'll go with the Cardinals with Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray doesn't play, I'm going with the Pats. Write that down.
Okay.
I want to have a perfect record this week. I got to get out of the 500 record.
All right.
You could pencil me in for the Cardinals for all the things we said about Kyler Murray earlier today.
What if he doesn't play? You going with the Pats?
Can we do that? Is that legal?
Perfectly legal.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. If Kyler's not
in,
in,
rules on this show.
Kyler's not in, I'll take the professional quarterback on the Patriots. Otherwise, yeah. Who's the backup? I don't even know. Who's Arizona's backup?
Good question.
I'll look it up.
Boy, yo, yeah.
How many backups do you know in the NFL?
I know a decent
amount. I like to think I know it.
Yeah,
I can't even. I'm not even thinking of anybody right now.
Who is the Giants' backup? Do you know that?
McCoy.
Yeah.
There we go. Sean.
Yeah, I don't. Trevor made a good point. I think this is a trap game, but I don't. I have enough trust in my MVP candidate to go in here and win this game. So I'll pick the Cardinals in this one.
Oh, Chris Strevler.
What?
No, I thought it was Brett Hundley.
And then Brett Hundley, third string.
Okay.
So if Kyler doesn't play and he is questionable, you know my pick.
Same. Pats.
Are you going with the Shreve man, Joe? You want to bet that one? Come on, Joe.
No.
All right. Yeah, but I expect the Cardinals wholeheartedly to go in, get it done. Even if Kyler Murray doesn't play, they still got one of the best wide receivers in DeAndre Hopkins, and he's going to eat up that.
You need a quarterback to throw him the ball.
Not really. He can just go up and get it. He's that good.
I got you.
All right. Okay. Then AFC East.
Come on, Joe. Pick him again. Pick him again, Joe. Come on, baby.
The home game.
Giants.
You know you want to.
Against Tua. You said you weren't that sold on Tua. Multiple times.
The only thing that's holding me back on this one.
They lost to the Broncos, Joe.
The only thing that's holding me back is that I'm a reasonable person. Come on. No, this isn't. They're going to lose. They're going to win a game.
No,
They are going to win a game this year.
let's make a bet on that.
That the Jets go 1-15?
No, 0-16.
Well, they're not going to. They're going to win a game. I don't know which one it's going to be. It won't be this one, but they're going to win. It's hard to. Two teams ever have gone 0-16.
I got
It's
you,
impossible to do.
The Seahawks, the Dolphins, the Seahawks, the Browns,
Nope.
the
They'll beat the
Raiders,
Oh yeah, they're definitely the Raiders.
and the Pats.
They'll beat the Pats. They'll beat the Pats in the last game.
Wow.
Okay.
They might.
I wish that's not as bold of a pick as I want it to be, but
Yeah, the Dolphins bounce back in this one. They win easily.
I think the best thing that could have happened to Tua is last week. I mean, play poorly. It needs to happen because everybody was high and mighty on Tua, right? You're gonna have bumps in the road. He's a rookie. So guess what? He's gonna learn, and they're gonna come in. And that was a surprising defeat. I really thought this Dolphins team was hot, but they're playing the Jets. You could still play your B- game and still win by a couple touchdowns against the Jets. I got the Dolphins.
I'll tell you too. I love that Flores. It's that important to him to win every game that he would take Tua out. Just to show you how serious he is, because I think a lot of people thought they were putting up the white flag when they put Tua in. It seemed like it was an experiment. I've said a couple of weeks now, Flores knew what he was doing, but his pension to go to Fitz when they were in trouble, I thought that was great, and it just goes to show how serious this team is about winning. And I think if Tua plays poorly, he'll find himself on the bench anytime it happens. And if you're a Dolphins fan, you got to feel good about that.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, last week is what I expect from the Chargers Buffalo game. It's a rookie going into his first tough place to play. I mean, I know there's not fans and that stuff, but the altitude with the Broncos in Denver, it's tough to know how to get through that. He didn't know how, and that's his downfall. But I do expect him to bounce back against a terrible Jets team. But talking about terrible teams,
Browns.
The Jaguars host the Browns.
We're gonna rush for about 200 and something yards. Browns.
Yep.
Next.
Yeah, Browns.
I've got the Jets in this one in a home upset.
Stop.
No, you don't.
Stop. They have Mike Glennon. Come on. They have Mike Glennon going under. Come on.
Mike Glennon used to be a pretty good quarterback in Tampa Bay. Stop it. They've got great receivers. They've got a really good offense. They've got great receivers in Jacksonville. Let me ask you something. You trust Baker Mayfield?
No, I don't have to. I know they got the running attack and a solid defense.
Baker Mayfield can still find ways to do stupid things because he's a stupid person.
They don't even
the Jags here.
When he's
Yeah,
running.
they don't even allow him to anymore. He only throws the ball 10 times a game. They don't even allow him to do that.
He'll find a way.
Too much.
He'll find a way.
Against the Jags?
I'm telling you, I think the Jags win it.
All right, when are you going to say it's a joke?
Joe, they're fighting
Are
for the
you
number one pick.
Jeff Goldblum? Life finds a way.
You could be upset all you want. I like the Jags here. I feel like this is just a game. I don't think the Jags are terrible. They've been in a lot of games. The Jaguars should be at 3 wins. They're not as bad as the record indicates. This isn't the Jets. You're talking about a team that's lost some tough games. They should have beat Justin Herbert. So stop that. I'm telling you right now, I feel like the Jags are going to win a close one here.
Let's bet this game.
This is the kind, I'm not betting on it, but to me, this is the kind of game that a team like the Browns loses.
Joe, I love you. You know, I love when I have you on the show, but when you make statements like this, you lose credibility.
I'm not losing credibility. I bet you it'll be a closer.
You know what? You're off the team.
You know what? It's funny. It's funny. Real quick, I'll point this out. I told you the Raiders were going to beat the Chiefs, and you said you were going to throw me off the show the other day.
That's more
reasonable. You texted me the other night, and you were like, "Whoa, Chloe." I was like, "I told you." So maybe I'm onto something.
That's more reasonable.
I busted you out 3 weeks in a row now.
Hey! This is
your chance for the comeback. If I'm wrong here, I'm wrong.
You picking the Jets last week than it is like you picking the Raiders.
The Jets was an unreasonable pick. It was me picking against Herbert because I hate him. This is a legit. I think the Jaguars can win a tight game here against the Browns.
Joe, don't get upset, but this is like you hoping Gary Sanchez bets more over 200.
All right, okay. Let's move on.
Come on, yeah, there he is. Justin O'Brien. I mean, Joe Aguirre, there's your buddy.
That's your boy.
You just staring at that picture to get more pissed off. But okay. Then Saints go to Denver to take on the Broncos.
Saints.
Yeah.
I got the Saints. They're very dangerous. I really do believe they're more dangerous with Taysom Hill than they are with Drew Brees. And we talked about it, and you called me crazy about it. That's how I feel. Just
13 touches.
I agree with that.
13 touches for
That's
Alvin Kamara. That's not a winning recipe. You got to figure out. But my point to you earlier on your show today was I don't know how that offense works through with Taysom Hill that gets the ball to Kamara. It doesn't seem like the way their styles, they don't seem conducive. So I'm not sure how that's going to work. I don't like the idea that one of the best backs in the game got 13 touches in your first start, that you had nearly as many runs as he did. That's a problem.
See how it happens in the next.
I think they're going to win this game easily. Not going to be a problem. I just don't. I think if Taysom Hill had to finish the season, I just don't know that. I don't know that that's going to lead to playoff wins. If this is a short-term thing, I think they can win some games. I think once teams figure out what Taysom Hill's doing and he can't get the ball to Kamara, I think you got a problem.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's really similar to the Teddy Bridgewater situation we saw last year where they went 5-0. I think it's obviously because Teddy's a decent quarterback, but yeah, Tyler. Gary Sanchez. What a joke. But yeah. I think,
I love it.
Yeah, I think the Saints
have Gary against the world. Right now.
Make fun of the Kraken all you want. That's fine.
All right. Yeah, I got the Saints too. I like Taysom Hill a lot. I liked him ever since he was at BYU. Dynamic. He does bring another element to the Saints that they were lacking with Drew Brees. And Broncos, they got a big upset win last week. Not going to do it again. Saints go in and roll. And Taysom Hill, he played in Utah. He played in Provo, Utah. He's used to that altitude. So the height of Denver, the Mile High Stadium won't get to him. But now, continuing to go even further out west, we got a battle of Cali as the 49ers go to the flaming hot Los Angeles Rams. Trevor, who you taking?
I was extremely impressed with the LA Rams on Monday night. I was, how I've been very high on the Buccaneers this entire season. I really did believe they were the most complete team in the NFL, the best team in the NFC. I think the Rams have taken over as the best team in the NFC. That defense is nasty. They have a dominant secondary. Aaron Donald was a no-show still on Monday night, but that defense still did their job. Jared Goff looked great. They got to get the run. They got to get the running the ball going because you can't have that. I don't care who you're playing. If you're having less than 5 yards of rushing or throughout the game, you're going to struggle like that. It's going to be a long day. But I was very impressed with the way Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods really took over that game and the game plan that Sean McVay had. And like I said, San Fran better have a lead at halftime because if not, chalk a one up for the Rams because they are 32-0, led with Sean McVay at half.
Yeah, I'm pleased to say I was the one that told Trevor how good the Rams were, and now that I'm glad he's finally seen it for himself.
Yo, come on, bring up a picture of Gary again. That's what Gary looks when he gets benched. Hey, Gary, you want to get benched? Yeah,
look at his ears. I never noticed those ears before.
You don't like him now because of his ears, huh?
No, that just turns Joe on even more.
Whatever.
I think he's his favorite athlete in the entire world right now.
He's got the second most home runs. He's the second fastest pace for home runs in history. But yeah, he's not a good catcher.
Hey, leave this for keys to the city and the roll call.
He ain't no Christian Vasquez. That's all I'll say.
Okay.
Oh,
thank God.
Yeah, I don't want to be in Christian Vasquez.
All right. That's a football podcast.
Now you can't be doing it right now. Yankee fan. At least I'll defend my Yankee.
All right.
Yeah, I'm taking the Rams in this one. Best defense in the NFC.
All right, and then probably definitely the game of the week, the most interesting game, the Kansas City Chiefs and our bye-week MVP, Patrick Mahomes, goes to Tampa to take on Tom Brady and the Bucs. Joe, who you going with?
Well, I'll tell you, I'm going to go with the Chiefs here because Pat Mahomes is the best player in football. And then we established that earlier today. It's not even up for debate. Or is it? Tom Brady, obviously, look, had a big chance this past week. He came up short. I know there's already the talk about him not being his old self, which is all the reason in the world why I believe Tom Brady at home beats Pat Mahomes and the Chiefs.
Wow.
When you count Brady out, that's when Brady wins games.
So you're picking the Bucs?
I am.
Okay. Yeah, I actually agree with you on this one. I'm gonna go.
Wait, why do you say it like a jerk? I don't understand that.
What?
I'm actually going to agree with you on that.
Well, no, usually Joey Mush.
That
I
hurts.
just said it because it would be the unexpected pick right here because everyone's going to pick the Chiefs. But
They sure are. We know better.
But the Bucs, they haven't lost 2 games in a row this season. They're coming off a game against the Rams, who is a much better defense than the Chiefs, and they still almost end up pulling it out in the end. So tough game for Tom Brady for sure, but he's not going to get that pressure in his face again. He's going to have time to find his really talented receivers outside, and I think it will be a really good game, a high-scoring game, and I think the Bucs will pull it out late by either a field goal or a late touchdown.
First of all, the Bucs are 7-3 currently as well. Joe, one of the worst things is to do nowadays? Don't always ever assume, I should say, because I'm not falling off of the Bucs train. I just want you to know that. I'm still with the Bucs. Just because they lost on Monday night to maybe a better team, here's my thing, and I talked about it on the show this week. They got to get back to running Tom Brady's type of offense. Like the Rams duplicated it on Monday night. That's what made Brady so great for 20 years. It was picking apart everybody with the middle of the field, the slant, the crossing routes, little quick passes. I know they got Antonio Brown. I know they got Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, big play guys he's got the long ball, but Brady has always been known for the dink and dunks, the short game, intermediate game. If they could get back to that, this team still is very, very good. Let's not forget it. I know that they lost the game on Monday night. I'm going with the Bucs. So don't assume, Joe. Just think I'm jumping off train.
Whoa.
Jumping off the train now, huh?
Am I really going to be the only person? Yeah, I am. Chiefs are going to get it done.
Good loss for me. If I lose this game, I'll take it because this is a good loss.
Yeah, okay. Listen, I don't care how good your defense is. You can't win a shootout against Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. And
wait, what if you have Tom Brady and like the best receiving core? Well, never mind.
If there's one team
that can't win a shootout with Patrick Mahomes.
Why? If there's one team that can do it, you don't think the Bucs could do it? Really?
Maybe. I think they are going to give them their best bet. I think
once again, right? I think you could make that argument about almost any other team. You're not winning a shootout with Pat Mahomes, but I think you're talking about the one team that's like, yeah, we'd love a shootout with Pat Mahomes. No, that's the game plan.
Is that though?
Yeah.
Trevor, when you're talking about the Bucs going back to Tom Brady's offense, is Tom Brady style offense getting into a shootout with the Chiefs?
He's done it before. He can do it again. And he's got weapons now. I mean, with the Patriots last year, if you're talking about last year's game, name me a receiver that the Patriots had not named Julian Edelman that said, whoa, scared you. This team has weapons all over the field, even running backs, but they have to get the running game going. That was a putrid game by both teams with the Rams and Bucs on Monday night in the running game. Putrid.
He won a shootout with Justin Herbert. He won a shootout against the Packers. He won a shootout against the Raiders. He won a shootout against the Panthers. So, I mean, you know
what? All those teams don't have Patrick Mahomes or MVP.
Oh, wait. I know why. Because they're not the Chiefs.
Exactly.
But those teams have a better defense, some of them. So, how do you calculate for that? I mean, what?
I'm going with the Bucs, though.
We're all going with the Bucs.
I trust you. The Chiefs are really good. Don't get me wrong. But
yes, they are.
I'm not taking anything away from the Bucs, or the Chiefs. But I'm going to go with this Bucs game. I'm going to go with the Bucs.
I'm just befuddled that I'm the only one on the Chiefs, but I'll take it.
A victory then. You never know.
Oh, yeah. like I always win.
Oh, Jesus,
I'm in the
the
lead.
Bears.
No, they're not my favorite team.
Oh, what do you mean? That was
Trying
your
for my-
favorite team. I thought
No,
they were-
I just like
No,
throwing in the
Bears.
face that the Bears beat the Bucks when you were all high on the Bucks. That's the only reason.
Hey, I'm still high on the Bucks. I haven't changed.
And they lost to the 5-5 Bears. But the Bears go to Green Bay to take on the Pack Attack, Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. I think Aaron Rodgers bounces back at home against a bad Bears team. Packers all the way.
Finally,
by the way,
after 10 games.
Steve Risser said something really cool today as well. He said this game has got to get off prime time. He said move that.
That's what I'm saying.
Fuck that.
Yeah. Put the Steelers Ravens into that spot and put this garbage game in the 4 or whatever.
But the Chuffs and Chiefs and
Yeah.
Bucks. Gosh.
Nobody wants to watch this. I'll take the Packers though.
Yeah. The Bears are one of the toughest offenses to watch in the NFL. I'm really not looking forward to watching this game, but I feel like it's going to be a good game. The Bears and Packers always have a good duel every time they play twice a year, and the Bears defense is good enough to keep them in the game. I just don't think the offense will put up enough points. So I think Packers will probably win by a touchdown or 10 points late. Probably something like 27-17.
At one point, I liked watching the Giants offense in the beginning of the year more than the Chicago Bears offense. That's how bad it's been for this offense. They haven't found any answers. They need to find a quarterback. I'm sorry, Nick Foles, I've been saying this for years, is not a franchise quarterback, so everybody stop saying that. That was just a magical run that he had with the Eagles. And Mitchell Trubisky, I mean, it sucks that he couldn't pan out, but they got to find something new. They need to find a quarterback. They ain't beating the Pack now. The Packers come off of a bad loss last week against a good Colts team. Aaron Rodgers needs to come in and pick apart this good secondary. It's going to be a tough game because that defense is very good for the Bears, but they ain't just going to be able to put up the same amount of points as the Packers. I got the Packers big on Sunday night.
Yeah, Packers all the way. Clean sweep there, and I expect another clean sweep in the Monday night game. Seahawks go to Philly to take on the Eagles. I'm taking the Seahawks all the way.
Go Hawks, baby.
He's going to pick the Eagles.
He does.
He does.
Well, I'm just playing. I'm totally taking the Seahawks. I love Big Russ. Everybody knows that. My guy.
Not that big, but okay.
Big Russ. It's a nickname. It doesn't mean literally he's big. Big Russ.
Yeah, my nickname's Big Jace, and I'm big. You can't. I can't be Lil Jace.
You could be anything you want to be.
Yeah, you could be whatever you want to be.
All right.
If you want to be Superman, you be Superman.
Yeah.
How about Batman personally?
Okay.
I got the Seahawks too.
Yeah.
I mean, the defense is bad, but the Eagles, Carson Wentz, that team, they're in a shambles right now. Who knows how much longer Carson Wentz, if they keep losing, is going to be the starting quarterback. And it's crazy to think that this guy might get benched going into this season by maybe Jalen Hurts. We all need the Seahawks to win. Why?
There he is, baby.
Why? Who put him up? I don't want him up. Put him down.
I should have put him up earlier when OV went on that
Oh my
mental
goodness.
breakdown about Daniel Jones not being giant.
Oh,
of the
that's
year.
when I came in. That's when I came in on the show, and that's when I made my comment. Oh, you can't be talking about DJ like that, and then he must really love him.
He really does. I mean, it's a passion.
It's almost as bad as your love for Gary Sanchez. See?
All right. Okay.
And it's maybe as bad as Jace's love for Justin Herbert.
I'm picking against Justin Herbert. I said he was going to have a bad game.
No, you should pick every week.
Talking about.
You should pick the Chargers, you should pick the Bears, and you should pick the Giants every week for the rest of the season because I know you love those three teams.
I only love the Giants. That's why I pick them every week. But let's move on. Let's talk some fantasy locks. Trevor won the week with Travis Kelce, 26.86. In second was Joe with Chase Claypool, 15.9. Third was Sean with Miles Sanders, 9.1.
Yikes.
Then Isaiah had Tua, 7.32. And I came in dead last with famous Jameis Winston and 0 points.
Oh, my God.
Classic Jace right there. I love it.
But I'm going to make up for it this week. because I'm going to take the BYU product back in the Rocky Mountains, Taysom Hill to get it done against the Denver Broncos.
Well, at least we know who's coming in fourth this week. I've got Big Russell Wilson taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. He's going to light it up.
This week I'm going with the Wayne train, Wayne Gallman. He's got 5 touchdowns in the past 4 games. He's been tremendous running for the Giants. And like I said earlier in the show, Bengals run defense sucks. So I think he's going to have a monster week this week.
I got Nick Chubb. He's been great since coming off of injury, and they're playing a very, very, according to Joe, I should say, let me rephrase that, a great Jacksonville team, according to Joseph Aguirre. But Nick Chubb, didn't you say they're a good 1-9 team, Joe? Yeah, Joe, what's going on? I see the light. Is the light taking you, Joe? Where you going, Joe?
What I said was they're not as bad as 1-9, and if you're looking at the Jets at 0-10, and you're like these teams are equally bad, then you're not aware of what's happening in Jacksonville. Look, they've had a lot of issues there. The defense is atrocious.
Yeah, that's why I got Nick Chubb. I think Nick Chubb's gonna have a huge game against them. I'm going over 100 yards. What about 2? I'm going with 2 touchdowns for Nick Chubb too.
Oh, I'll bet. It's gonna be a shootout out there in Jacksonville.
Come on. I can't even take you serious right now. The team is horrible.
If I'm wrong, you can tar and feather me on the next show. I think it's going to be a good game. It's going to be close.
Jeez.
Why is he on? Bring up Justin Herbert. I need to see Justin Herbert now.
I mean, come on. Why can't I tell you? That's my upset of the week. I just have a feeling.
Justin Aguirre. Oh. Never mind.
All right. Okay. We're getting crazy.
Love you, Joe.
We're getting crazy. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you, Trevor, for joining us.
I just want to say happy Thanksgiving, guys. Stay safe. Yep. I hope you and your families, if you guys are seeing anybody, please stay safe and enjoy. And let's enjoy at least as much football as we can tomorrow, and let's eat.
Yes, sir.
Happy Thanksgiving, guys. Thank you so much.
Same to you.
Yep. Same to you. Same to everyone watching as well. Happy Thanksgiving. Make sure you check out clovercrestmedia.com for 30 different podcasts to check out besides this one, Keys to the City, Roll Call, and All 4 Downs, which will be going live right after this. And also HHW Show, which next week, Tuesday, December 1st, we have a special guest, Leo Rush, former WWE superstar, awesome, will be joining us. Yep, our second guest. We had Tito Santana on before, so excited. But thank you guys for
on, baby. The roll call.
Yes, sir. We need it. Let's start a petition. Let's start a petition. Gary Sanchez on the roll call. But thank you guys for watching.
Justin Herbert on this show.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, baby.
Thank you guys for joining me. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And we hope to see you next time. Take care and happy Thanksgiving.